Hello guys, so in this video I'm going to show you how to become the best programmer for EA robots. Okay, so if you want to become the best EA robot programmer, expert advisor for MT5, watch this video and understand. Watch this video until the end. So let's begin. So here I come and press IDE so that I can open the environment to code my robot. As you can see, it's empty here, so I come, press new, choose template, and then I say FX Pill YouTube, because this I'm doing for YouTube. This is just a name. Author you can put anyone, a link you can also put anything. So next. So here's it is the structure to create your auto trading robot. You can delete the rest just to make this thing clean. Of course these are useful somewhere somehow, but just to make this thing clean, I'll remove this. So since the market is closed, beside I actually prefer to code a lot of my practice on init, because it won't execute often. It will just be once when the robot is activated, just once. So I can remove the init. It's useless for me. In fact, I can remove everything, leave this on init only, because I'm going to work here only. So here is it. In this I'm going to show you arrays. Okay, array, it's the most important one type of variables, because you can store a lot of things on array than you can on a variable. For example, if I say init and then I say 10, I can only store 10 number as one. Okay, I can't store many numbers on 10. But with array, what you are going to do, you are going to say numbers. You can say numbers, and then with these numbers, what you must do, don't forget to put this in front of your name. This helps the expert advisor to see that you're actually developing arrays. And then you do something like a function like this, and then you can put your numbers. I will prefer 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, and I'll tell you why I do this: 70, 80, 90, 100. Okay, so I've stored numbers here. So the question is, how do I access these numbers? So since I have number, I have this array. Okay, I'm going to show you how useful this array is as I'm busy making videos. So now let me print my array. So I can just come and say alert. Remember, I'm going to show you the for loop also. This is where the for loop is also useful. For loop and array are mostly working together. So I can just type alert, and then if I want to print one number here, I can just say numbers, and then place that thing. So here's a catch. Inside this box, I have to place a number that I want to print. Okay, a number, I mean the location. Remember, a variable is a memory, so I created memory in this bottle. Okay, this is the memory. This memory is holding these numbers. But then what if I want to print just one number? Then I have to access the memory of this number using this box, inside this box. Okay, these numbers are actually in this box now. This box got our numbers. But then what if I want to access the number? You can see it's saying no, you can't do this, because I must put something here. So if I want to print 10, this is where the confusion is. When the computer counts, it's going to count 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so according to the computer, it counts from 0 to the computer is a number. It's the same thing. When you are coding, you are going to realize, even if you are not coding, you are going to realize that the current candlestick is always called 0. When you feel that thing of shift, when you say shift, this is 0 candlestick, 1 candlestick, 2 candlestick, 3. You count the way, but you begin on 0 candlestick. So let's say these are my candlesticks. Okay, so if I want to access this one, I must say 0. Okay, computer counts from 0. So computer says this is number 9, while me and you we say this is number 10. So if I want to print 10, I come in this box, in this memory box, and just put 0. It will say, okay, this 0 is referring to number 10. Okay, so let's print and see. It won't print because my robot is not on the chart. So let's go. You see, it prints 10. Okay, it prints 10 for us because number 0, according to the understanding of the expert advisor, number 0 is number 10. This is the programming language. All the programming languages do this, almost all. I'm not sure, but almost all. So if I say number 1, it's going to print 20 for us. Okay, so 20 is number 1, and then as we move forward, you will see, say 20. Okay, so now this is how you access your array. Every time you can just say numbers, and then you choose which number do you want to print. So in this sense, you can actually say you can actually use the same array to make calculations. We say number 1 array plus number 3. Let's see what number 1 is 20, and then number 3 will be will be 40. So we'll say 20 plus 40, which is 60. Okay, so it's very good for you to practice with these things, okay, if you want to be a good programmer, because the more you learn how these array things work, the more you'll be able to do a lot of functions. Okay, this is where the power of programming comes. So there's one thing that I want to show you. This is also one of the most powerful thing that you will have to know. Okay, it's on the advanced level. Once you know how to use this, you are already on advanced, because you can use this to sort numbers, to do a lot with a for loop. So this is called a for loop. This is the power of programming. This is the power. This is where you really start to see how powerful programming can be. Okay, so this is a for loop. What for loop does, it will run. You remember we had if statement. Okay, if statement asks if this is true, and then it runs this code. But then for loop, what it does, it check if this is false. Okay, and then if whatever that is here is false, it will run this until this becomes true. So it runs, comes back, change, runs, come back, change the code until you can just understand when you are sorting the numbers and say start from big to small. It will execute these codes until the numbers inside there are well sorted. Okay, so I'll show you the example of that. There's something we call increment. That's where computer add the number every time the programs plays. Okay, so with for loop we are going to introduce a simple variable. You can put anything, but it's just, I don't know whether it's a culture. A lot of programmers use I when they do for loop, when they want to do incrementing. Okay, so I say I is 0. Okay, at the moment I is 0, and then I want to say if I is less than 10, please increment I. When you do this, you are saying add I until it becomes 10. So what this thing will do, it will run. When it runs first is 0, and when it runs it will say 2. It will run 10 times, which means it will run 10 times until this I is, understand, until this I is equal to 10. Then when it comes back and realizes that this is no longer false, it stops running. Okay, I know it may be confusing, but let me do this so that I can show you. So I'll come inside this and say alert. Okay, on the alert I'll just say I'll put the I, so that this computer can print the I for us. Remember, I is now 0. It begins with 0. It's initialized at 0, and then I'm saying as long if I is less than 10, increase I, which means it will add 1 until until the I is equals to 10, then it won't run. If it comes back and realize, okay, now I is equals to 10, it won't run. Okay, let me press. Okay, it ran once. Okay, and this is where you see the power of programming. You can see now our number is 9. So you ask me why it printed 9. It printed 9 because now when it came back, it counted. You can see it's not the, what do you call, it's not the same time, ne? Let me open this so that you can see the seconds. That's where you see the power of programming. Forget about the rest. Let's begin here. You can see FXP YouTube 56 seconds. In fact, it began here on 56 seconds. It ran this once and once and once and once and once. It ran this consistently, one after the other, in 1 second. That's how powerful programming is. Okay, it counted this in 1 second. All of this, it counted 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It was referring to this when it came back and said, no, it's 10. Then the program stopped. Okay, the program stopped when it came back to say it's 10. So it counted until 9. It ran this alert until 9. Remember, every time when you run the alert, it's a separate alert like this. It's a separate. So it ran all these codes. It counted 1 to 9 in 1 second. Okay, I know it still may be confusing, but then now let's use this. I want us to use these numbers, the array. What can you do with the array? You can come here on alert and say numbers. Let's say I want to run all these numbers. I want to run, there are 10, right? So I want to run all of them. So instead of saying numbers and then I put 0, what? No, you don't do that. You just put I. As long as this is within the for loop, the for loop will run this until. Okay, so I'll compile and so you can check it's 100 now. What is the 100? The 100 is this number. Okay, it means now this thing ran 10 times. But if I can change and say 5, it will run to 5. But since it's 10, it will run to 10. Okay, let's check how it counted. In how many seconds? It was 3 seconds. All of them 3 seconds. You can see 3. So I want 50 now. Let me put 5 here. I want to see 5 only. It will run. So in this way you can print, you see, it's 50 because it will run only 5 times. And then when it comes and say no, it's 5, it stops. It doesn't continue. Okay, so this is how you can easily access the array using the for loop. Okay, so this is the power this one. So you can also come here and do the if statements and say if what. That's when we do, you must learn these things of, if you want to be a good programmer, of course, the perfect one, you must learn this thing of sorting numbers from the bigger to the rare, those things. Yeah, that's where we do that's where you begin doing the algorithms, the really serious algorithms, especially the ones with whatever you call the AI, whatever. So yeah, I'm done on this video. It was short, I know, but it was a good video, né? Give me a subscribe and then give me a like. Please guys, don't forget to actually subscribe. Just subscribe and give me a like so that YouTube can see that I'm doing a good work for you guys, and then they will keep on encouraging me to make more videos. Okay, thank you, and please practice all this. Practice from if statement. Use these things to practice. This will allow you to code a very good robot, and in the meantime you'll code fast, and then at the same time you can be able to read other codes. And just because you began coding here, don't stop here. Code other things. Try to make apps, try to make softwares, because you already began. It's the same thing. The thing that we do here and the thing that it's happening on the app, the website, is the same thing. So why not? You already have the knowledge. Why not? This is too much knowledge. Okay, so once you know how to do this, you can also do a lot of things, you know, because coding just changed there and there, but most likely it's the same thing. The reason why I never struggled when I came is because I had that knowledge of coding, JavaScript, Java, C++, all those things. Then when I come here, I just realized, oh, it's the same thing. Of course, I have to change there and there and then there. Okay, but it's the same thing. Okay, so yeah, give me a like, give me a subscribe. Here we are. Copy these codes, put it on your robot, and then try to play with them, change things, and see what happens. Maybe sometimes you, somewhere, somehow, you'll come up with the magic. Thank you.